Hi, guys. I thought we would read Caps for Sale. Charlotte, I don't know if you've ever heard this one. You'll have to let me know if you have. Ready? Once there was a peddler who sold caps, but he was not an ordinary peddler carrying his wares on his back. He carried them on top of his head. First he had on his own checked cap, then a bunch of gray caps, then a bunch of brown caps, then a bunch of blue caps, and on the very top, a bunch of red caps. He walked up and down the streets, holding himself very straight so as not to upset his caps. As he went along, he called, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." One morning, he couldn't sell any caps. He walked up and down the street, calling, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." But nobody wanted any caps that morning. Nobody wanted even a red cap. He began to feel very hungry, but he had no money for lunch. "I think I'll go for a walk in the country," he said, and he walked out of town, slowly, slowly, so as not to upset his caps. He walked for a long time until he came to a great big tree. "That's a nice place for a rest," thought he. And he sat down very slowly under the tree and leaned back little by little against the tree trunk so as not to disturb the caps on his head. Then he put his hand to feel if they were straight. First his own checked cap. Can you see that one? Then the gray caps, then the brown caps, then the blue caps, then the red caps on the very top. They were all there, so he went to sleep. He slept for a long time. When he woke up, he was refreshed and rested. What's missing? But before standing up, he felt with his hand to make sure his caps were in the right place. And all he felt was his own checked cap. What do you think happened to him? He looked to the right of him, no caps. He looked to the left of him, no caps. He looked in back of him, no caps. He looked behind the tree, no caps. Then he looked up into the tree, and what do you think he saw? On every branch sat a monkey, and on every monkey was a gray or a brown or a blue or a red cap. The peddler looked at the monkeys. The monkeys looked at the peddler. He didn't know what to do. Finally, he spoke to them. "You monkeys, you," he said, shaking his finger at them. "You give me back my caps." But the monkeys only shook their fingers back at him and said, "Tsit, tsit, 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 tsit." Do you think that's what monkeys say? Tsit, 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 tsit. Now he felt quite angry. He stomped his foot. He said, "You monkeys, you better give me back my caps." But the monkeys only stamped their feet back at him and said, "Tsit, tsit, 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 tsit." By this time, the peddler was very, very angry. He stamped both of his feet and shouted, "You monkeys, you must give me back my caps." But the monkeys only stamped both their feet back at him and said, "Tsit, tsit, 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 tsit." At last he became so angry that he pulled off his own cap and he threw it on the ground and he began to walk away. But then each monkey pulled off his cap. All the gray caps, all the brown caps, all the blue caps, and all the red caps came flying down out of the tree. So the peddler picked up his caps and put them back on his head. First his own checked caps, then the gray caps, and the brown caps, and the blue caps. And at the very top, he put the red caps. And slowly, slowly, he walked back to town, calling, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." The end. Well, that was an interesting story. I haven't read that one in a long time. Love you. Bye, guys.